We could have a band.
Let's talk about all the good things. Oh, we went live. Hey, everybody. Good morning today, or afternoon, or evening, or because it's time.
We're starting a rap group.
Yep. We are. We're going to be called the Beatboxers.
The corrugated.
Yeah. I'm going to go by the rap name Analox. That sounds really sweet. Hey, so today is April 23rd, Wednesday. We only have the two of us. I'm joined by this way.
Cory Connors. That's me.
Cory Connors. Can you high five me on the screen?
Oh.
No, other way. Oh. Other way. Yeah. Host of the Sustainable Packaging Podcast, and myself, Adam Peak, host of People of Packaging Podcast. And today we're going to talk about return and reuse on a product that I've mentioned now a few times on the show because it just sits here and I think about it a lot. It's not ibuprofen. It's not honey made crackers.
But how we live.
It's just how we live. I'm constantly surrounded by trash. So, Cory, any thoughts on that?
I don't feel like I'm trash.
You're not trash, Cory. You are a beautiful, wonderful person. Hey, do us a favor. If you are watching, like Richard, drop in and say,
Richard,
hey, y'all. No, hey, all.
Oh, hey, all.
Hey, all. You could also say, hey, y'all.
That's the northern version of hey, y'all.
You could drop a hi, guys, like Shaib. Did I say that correct, Shaib? So please just drop us a note, say hello. So Cory, I noticed this today. So I peeled off this label from this is my local favorite kombucha company. But I had actually never paid attention to this part of the label right here. And if you can't see it, it says 20-cent bottle credit, 333 Hope Avenue, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Great idea.
So I am today, because I just noticed this yesterday, I have my bottle and I'm going to return it to 333 Hope Avenue, Salt Lake City, Utah. And I just have some questions. So before we get to those comments, hey from Colorado, what's up, Chris? We got Richard is hello.
The Great White North.
And I hope you enjoy your milk in a bag and your coffee from Tim Hortons.
And
Cory.
Mr. Fox, good to see you.
Yeah, sir. Mr. Fox, Fox's Boxes. It was great catching up with you the other day, Ryan. We like to reminisce about 90s Christian music and packaging, so it's always a good time. As most people do.
Reusable packaging. It's the way.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's the future. It's what the Germans have been doing successfully for decades, if not centuries. I don't know. It's the way that we can make packaging have the least amount of footprint, in my opinion, is refillable, reusable systems.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, so I don't know if somebody has knowledge on the economics of glass bottles, please let me know. I don't think I can tell.
In America, only about 40%, about 38% of glass is recycled. So that's a tragedy. When in Europe, it's 79% and growing. And we need to do a better job of recycling glass, or in my opinion, reusing it like they're doing.
Yeah. So it makes sense. I think that the glass recycling infrastructure in the US is lacking. At least I know in my state, we can't recycle glass curbside. And so it has to be taken, you've got to collect it, you've got to drive it to a place, you've got to dump it in the place, which we do. But I'll admit the barriers are, if you make it more difficult for somebody to do something you want them to do, there's less likelihood that they're going to do it. Right. This is the lesson I think we've all learned from Amazon, which is if it's easy to buy stuff, then people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
And if it's hard to buy stuff, people are not going to buy it.
I thought you had Recyclops there.
We have Recyclops, so I could pay for somebody to come and pick up my glass. I don't know. I mean, but again, that's another barrier, right? Like
Right.
it requires somebody to go. The Recyclops people, Ryan is doing an awesome job, but you
Yes.
still have to go sign up on the website. You have to pay for it. You have to really, really want for that to happen. And candidly, we don't use a lot of glass,
Sure.
a lot of glass packaging in our house. So,
That's an interesting point. Do you think that's because it's not recyclable? Do you think intuitively, like while you're shopping, you think, "Oh, I don't want that because it's not something I can recycle."
I mean,
I
I
wonder if people shop differently in states that, and this is a big question, in areas where things aren't recyclable or reusable.
Yeah, there's probably a subconsciousness to that. I think that people probably first pass it through the filter of familiarity. So,
Hmm.
do I trust the brand? Do I like the brand? Is it something, because especially for like food and beverage,
Yeah.
where we see a lot of glass jars, glass bottles, and other glass containers. I think that's sort of the first. Judging by how busy Costco is, and I know Hugh can attest to that. We are fellow Costco lovers.
Big,
Judging by how busy it
I'm
is
a big
and
fan.
the sheer volume of plastic packaging in Costco, um, I don't think that that's driving a lot of consumer behavior.
Hmm.
Um, I think that glass is heavy, glass is expensive,
Sure. Yep.
and in the US, we're really going for efficiencies, like economic efficiencies tends
Yes.
to kind of rule the day. Um, but what my question is on this glass bottle, and I'm going to go ask the fine folks at Mamachari this today, hopefully. Um, Good morning, Eva or Eva.
Hello.
Joining us. Is if this glass bottle, I don't know, it has to cost more than 20 cents, right? Like
I don't
what
know.
what what makes, because if they're going to give me a 20-cent credit, now granted it's not, they're not going to give me 2 dimes. I'm going to get a credit at the store, I'm guessing. Um
Coupon, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, maybe I remember it, maybe I don't. But then if they're going to reuse the bottle, then there's a cost to that. There's a sanitization, there's a cleaning. I don't know what that cost is. And this has always been, I think, is the phrase sticky wicket? Does that mean something? I
Uh,
feel like someone's gonna come and be like, "That's not what that means, Baptist boy. You don't know." I'm just gonna use it.
I think that's a
Uh,
rap lyric, right? Yeah.
is that the problem that's holding people and companies back? Is that maybe it just costs less to buy more bottles and then hope that people recycle it. So that there's a linearity to this rather than a circularity to it.
Right.
I don't know. You spend more time with reuse than I certainly have. So
I
what
think
do people say
reuse works very well in a closed loop environment like a stadium, like the team at Bold Reuse at the Moda Center. Incredible story there where they've had a very successful program implemented.
about that?
And where it falls short is where it goes out into the wild. And that's a challenge. Now, there are exciting innovations coming where you can refill. I remember the bulk section as a child
Mhm.
with my mom and thinking, "Ooh, I want some more gummy bears or something." Like that's really cool. I can pull them and put them in the bag myself. Well, now there's companies that you can refill laundry detergent and soap and
Yep.
hand soaps and in the store in your own container, and it charges you by the ounce,
Yeah.
which is incredible. So you don't have to use their container. You could put it in your hand if you want. I mean, people aren't going to do that, but you can bring your own jars in, which is exciting. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that in the future.
Yeah, let me see if I can I'm gonna find a picture of this here, I think, because I saw this. Where are you? Doesn't Evelio has like a new teleprompter? That's kind of what I need. Whoa, I almost broke the glass. I almost just knocked it down onto the floor and shattered the glass. Like, the whole point. Let's
You have
see.
it 20 cents off.
Dr. Bronner's refill.
Yes, that's a company I just interviewed is doing that. What do they call
Yeah,
it?
so it's right here. How it works. Okay, so let's pull this story up here real quickly. If my internet
Oh,
will
it's
go.
called Wonderfill. The company that does that. Wonderfill, FIL.
Cory, you don't have to make things up to impress us. We're already
It,
your friends.
no, it's serious. I
I know.
interviewed the founder. She's amazing. She was a student at Lewis and Clark College here in Oregon, and her and some friends started the company.
That's cool. Okay, so here is so the Wonderfill is the system, I'm
Yes.
guessing, right? So with this one, oh, this is refill your bottle. Oh, this is not what I was thinking.
So their
I think
product is concentrate.
this is
That's
the concentrate, but
yeah.
they have now. Okay, this
They
is
have already
Evelio's
diluted.
podcast.
Yep.
Um, yeah, but they have the Wonderfill system in like a Whole Foods where
Yes.
now you can bring in and you don't have to keep buying your own concentrate. So you can go
Correct.
in, you can fill up concentrate there, reuse the same container,
I think
refill it.
it's ready to go. I think is my understanding is it's soap or
Yeah,
detergent or things that are ready to use. So you bring them back in your container, use your own dispenser pump at home, and it's a way to avoid having to recycle something. You can reuse it in
right.
perpetuity.
Cory, I'd love to get your take on Chris's question here. What innovations are on the horizon that could accelerate the adoption of reusable packaging? I think that the Wonderfill people,
Yeah.
that's a great example. Anybody else that you've had on your show or that you've seen that you think can help accelerate this?
I think well, I've had Good Phil on Petros. He was an award-winning team. So imagine you live in an apartment building or you live in a college dorm, and you don't want to go to the grocery store just to get laundry detergent. They have refill stations in the lobbies of these facilities or in a room that's a common use for students or for people that live in that building. And to me, I think that convenience, it's a lifestyle change. And I
Hmm.
think that's what it's going to take to make packaging reusable.
I also think about hotels. We've seen a
Yeah.
lot more reusable packaging in hotels,
Yeah.
and that makes a ton of sense. The tiny hotel bottles and the tiny bars of soap, even though there's been some really cool innovation with the soap bars and repurposing those, but just having refill in the shower of, shampoo, conditioner, which I clearly don't use, and then body wash. Um, but just being able to refill that makes so much sense. And then if the big jars are now able to be refilled, um, maybe at the hotel chain, right? So the people who do your janitorial or sanitation supplies or whatever it is, like they just come in once a week and they refill these big things, and then
Yeah.
the smaller ones can kind of go around and get refilled. There is a lot, I think, that we're seeing in innovation. It just doesn't always hit us
Mhm.
like post-consumer cycle content might, or FSC certifications might, but we're starting to see it emerge, I think, slowly but surely.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll even see EPR accelerate that. I don't know, but
We will. I agree because there's call out in EPR laws, like in California, for 10% of packaging needs to be reusable. That's a big deal. That's a big number. I know it
mhm.
sounds small, but it's a huge leap forward when the last percentage was zero. So
Well, California is the fifth largest economy in the world.
yes,
Like, that's
big.
10% of the fifth largest economy in the world is a big deal.
And when exactly, and when Wonderful not only encourages reuse by the consumer, but they reuse the pouches that they deliver the product to the stores in. So not only are they implementing a circular system for the consumer, they have a circular system for their refill stations. Absolutely blown away by that. I'd never heard of that before. So well done to that team.
That's awesome. Eva asks, what does EPR mean? Sorry, sometimes we do just use acronyms, and so I apologize. It stands for Extended Producer Responsibility, which we have covered on the show. I know we do this every day, and you can't listen every day. So Extended Producer Responsibility are laws that states in the U.S. and countries outside of the U.S. are passing that is placing the responsibility for the glass on the company that is filling the glass. So the brand that has to put their product in here, they would have a certain fee structure relative to the glass or the PET or the paper or whatever products they're using, which I will give a shameless plug for tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a webinar with SpecRite, and we're talking about the importance of data and maintaining flexibility with not only EPR, but now with tariffs.
Right.
And so I get to be on that with Matthew Wright and Nate Falwell and Adam Armstrong. It's going to be an awesome webinar. So please register for it. I'll post it up here on LinkedIn. Register for that webinar. If you can't make it, I get it, but you should at least listen to the recording, because they've built a full tariff tool within SpecRite already.
Oh,
so that you can see where your products are being made and if you have opportunities to change and what that means from like a tariff ratio. So it's really fascinating what they did in such a short period of time. And I think what people can do when they own and control their own data to be able to pivot, or at least to know. Most companies don't even know. So there's my little shameless plug for, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
Great company. Yeah, great company doing big things, and love to support them. Well done, SpecRite.
Yeah, it's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain time. So I'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow morning as well. Hopefully we can get some people. I'll drop a link here in the comments. So, well, Cory, that's all I have for today. Do you have anything else that I'm not going to cut you off? This isn't a. I'm not
I'm ready. If you're going to SPC, make sure to reach out to me. That's next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Stand for? What does SPC stand for?
Sustainable Packaging Coalition.
Thank you.
Their event is in the Great Northwest, Seattle, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So hope to see you there.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.